It's funny when you got your Crocs wet.
Okay, why do you bring up old stuff?
I mean, it happened like 3 hours ago.
Civil rights walk. That man was marching with Martin Luther King the way he was walking in them red Crocs.
Sam, you good, bro? You going on to see the Lord or something?
Criminal. I thought we were friends, bro.
Speaking of criminal, man, we've been away for a long time. So, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level Podcast.
Okay.
I'm Maddie, and I'm here with...
I don't get how that transition
I'm SJ.
works.
SJ!
It's me.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Sam. I'm mad.
Why?
Why are
I
you
can't
mad?
transition into the intro.
She said, speaking of criminal, we haven't been here for a while.
That's criminal.
Yeah, it's criminal. They haven't seen our faces in a while.
Is that not criminal?
Have they not? Why haven't they seen us in a while?
I don't know. It's been a few days.
Oh, I guess.
So, hey, guys. Hey again.
I thought something was happening
Jeez.
where I'm like, you're canceling us and we're gone for months.
No, the only way that we'd be gone for months is if Sam was on Big Brother.
Yeah.
You guys recorded so many episodes without me. Mr. L.
Is
there
lied to
something
your
wrong with
story.
that?
I was gonna say we'd have you in the room, but that was too good of a line.
You know what, Sam? We'd have a picture of you somewhere.
Cat.
Like a framed photo. 8x10.
Would you be upset like if you weren't in the videos anymore because of Big Brother, like
Absolutely.
a meltdown, like this next story?
I would have a meltdown. I'd be so jealous. I'll be on the live feeds. I'll be like, y'all better not be having episodes.
Y'all better not
I
be
know
doing
y'all have
episodes
episodes.
without
Y'all
me.
better not be having episodes.
Eviction night, you're like, love you guys.
Yeah.
Comfort Level, you better not be shooting any more episodes without me
I'm like,
until I get back.
That's my cousin. You better not be recording anything. Or if you are, you better
my
be watching
cousin.
live feeds and I'll be saying my opinions.
Okay.
And then, Maddie, you got to cut me in.
No,
Without context.
No, you know what we can
no
do.
context at all.
You know what we can do to include you in the show? You can have your own little "Am I the asshole" segment on the live feeds, and we'll just include it in the video.
Yeah.
You'll be like, "Am I the asshole
I'll
for
get
not
house
liking
guests.
Listen, just
HOH
like,
this
We'll
week?"
do like a mini thing. You cut our thing in. I'm
Yes, I'll do that as long as CBS doesn't come after me. We'll do it.
It's just some editing magic.
like,
Yeah, we'll
that's
just have
all
to
it
cut in
is.
like every 3 minutes, and then people will be mad because they're like, "Why are you breaking up our minimal amount of Sam time?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm trying not to get money stolen from CBS."
If I get on Big Brother, you have to have a segment on each episode about how I'm doing, what you guys think I should be doing better.
That's actually kind of
Fine.
good. I
Yeah.
actually like that idea.
We'll be extremely critical too.
It's the closest Maddie's going to get to the Big Brother podcast.
It's just so much. They post 3 episodes a week.
A
You just
week.
gotta
That
do
are
one-
hours
you gotta
long.
do one a week. And it's just going to be 5 minutes on me, on my status.
Okay.
The Sam Minute.
Well, if it was you, it'd be easy to talk about because I'd be really invested.
Yeah.
I'd be like, we got to make sure, like, see how Sam's doing. How's the social game?
Sam, I really think you would make it to the end.
Yeah.
I really think
I
you
feel like
would.
my cousin,
I don't think
but-
I can make it to the end, but I feel like I can make it to jury.
And just by that, I'm like, like you're being genuinely humble. And I'm like, yeah, he'll make it.
He could do it.
You
he
would
could
really make it.
100% do it.
I feel like I would.
If you
panic.
won, would you split the winning? Not split it, but give it.
To win. This girl
give us a bone. Give me a bone.
would you give us a bone? Yeah, you said the first
Maybe
time.
just like $500.
500?
500?
I guess, yeah.
Maybe like
No, I
maybe
give you
like
500.
donate like
How
a few
much do-
thousand.
No, me being on it and then shouting out Comfort Level is going to raise this channel so much. Then we'll make so much money off this channel.
Boom.
We're going to get 2 million subscribers from me being on Big. The longer I stay.
I would love a deposit, I'd love a deposit.
Okay.
It's $750,000.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably 500 something after taxes.
Just buy me an ATV. I'll be fine.
So I'll drop you $500.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Easy.
Sam.
That's some
That actually
slight.
makes me really
That
happy.
sounds slight.
That's not too much.
I want an ATV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's specific about it. I don't even know what I would want from
you
you.
gotta speak what you want.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to happen, but just gotta speak what you
I
want.
mean, it's not like you're going somewhere like with a souvenir. Like when we ask for souvenirs and you're like, I don't get you what you want.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, you won something And now I
Actually,
can ask for
that's
what I want.
technically a souvenir of going
No,
to
it's
Big
not.
Brother.
It's not. It's not.
So
No.
It's not.
I don't
He's like,
I
oh,
promise you it's
hold on.
okay. I
Never
promise
mind.
you it's different. Nope, it's different. Nope, it's different. And we all agree, yes, it is different.
And this first story is from
that doesn't count as a tangent.
this first story is from r/entitled parents. My father-in-law had a meltdown because I proved he doesn't know his son. So I'll just read it. This is our first time reading r/entitled parents, I think.
I love it.
So me, 34 male, and my husband, 30 male, do our damnedest to not spend an abundance of time with my father-in-law. He's a cowardly narcissist who says hot dog unironically.
Oh,
Ever since I came into the
hot
picture.
dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, yikes.
Oh my gosh.
Ever since I came into the picture almost 7 years ago, we have simply not meshed. A great deal of that is due to the fact that I've spent these years instilling confidence and boundary setting in husband. Father-in-law does not like being told no. We literally got kicked out of a restaurant one time because he couldn't accept that they wouldn't give him a discount. So needless to say, our interactions are nothing more than exchanging of fake pleasantries. So last week, we're over there for our quarterly visit. The way these evenings typically go is that my husband occupies my father-in-law while my mother-in-law tests out her new English vocabulary on me. This time, my husband is doing the bulk of the talking to both of them because he's excited about the new organization he's working with. Father-in-law keeps trying to change the subject because it's been 2 seconds since the subject of the conversation was not about him. My husband and my mother-in-law both snap. I'm not entirely sure what they said as my Spanish is still terrible, but it's amounted to telling my father-in-law to shut the fuck up and listen. Mm-hmm. Father-in-law gets obstinate and essentially tells my husband that no matter what the organization is, it'll never compare to the work he did in his youth. Father-in-law literally just hiked through Central America with a white savior complex until things got violent and he came back home. My husband...
Gee.
What?
My husband understandably storms out with my mother-in-law hot on his tail. Awkwardness ensues because I'm chuckling at father-in-law. Here's how the conversation goes. Father-in-law, he never spoke to me like that until you came along. Me, I know, I'm so proud. Father-in-law, you've changed him. Me, no, this is how he's always been. You've just never noticed it before. Father-in-law, I know my son. Oh yeah, what's his favorite color? What? What's his favorite color?
Don't start stuttering now.
It's the same one he's had as a kid. Nothing. Name 2 of his interests. This doesn't make any sense. Name them. Silence. Here's an easy one. What's the name of the organization he's working with? Father-in-law, silence. This wannabe Bob Ross, granola eating motherfucker couldn't answer. My husband said the name of the organization like 5 times that night. Me, you want to know the sad part? My parents can answer each and every one of those questions, and they've known your son a fraction of the time you have.
Oh, wow.
Cue to the screaming in Spanish. Being yelled at in a foreign language by a non-native speaker is a surreal experience. Obviously, my husband comes in and yells back, and it blows up even more. But the part that stands out is the fact that father-in-law still refused to admit that he just hadn't taken a genuine interest in my husband in years. Like, bruh, you don't even know your kid's favorite color. Hello? Now my husband is contemplating going no contact, and I can't blame him.
This dad is really 2 thumbs down.
Having a dad like that would be exhausting.
Exhausting. Someone by like that is so obsessed with themselves, like just narcissism in general. That type of person is soul sucking. Like just eats up all of your energy because somehow, some way, the conversation gets turned back to them. It's really a talent how they do it. I mean,
I love it.
It's crazy. I love that he called him out though.
Mental game.
I love
the
that.
way that he was reading him.
Question
was crazy.
1, no answer. Question 2, stumble again. Question 3, you're out, bro.
The crazy part
Embarrassing.
is question 3 was said 5 times that night.
That night.
That was the easy
And you just weren't even listening?
You literally had a layup and you missed it. That's great. Hi, SJ. I don't think I sit by you ever.
You know what, Brandon? I when I looked at you, I thought about that.
That's crazy.
What is this interaction?
Are you jealous, Sam?
I'm not jealous. It's just
It sounds like jealousy.
okay.
Yeah.
And whenever Sahdia SJ says something, it's right.
Okay, fine.
That is actually true.
Fine.
Earlier today, we were talking about like what is like a word that describes everybody.
Yeah.
People say that I'm like really
Rye.
funny.
No, right. She's changing it. We did agree on right.
Mine is Rye. I
do
forgot what
agree on
Sam's
Rye.
is.
Bees is charismatic. That's
Yours
his
is not
word.
cool. The B was charismatic,
Yeah,
but I think we put
Yours
him
is
at
not cool.
Charismatic
Dang.
and chill.
Chill, yo, yeah,
chill. And then we named yours as real. We're like, Sadia's
Really?
just real.
That's what it was?
She the realest.
Yeah.
I love that.
Wait, this story, is this what dads are like?
I wonder how old the dad is.
Sam, no.
Okay, first of all, besides the joke, no.
Okay, because I'm like, then I'm glad I didn't have one.
Sam, don't. Sam, you can't. Sam, come on, bro.
Who's my father?
Sam. Come on, come on, just bring it
I'm
back
glad
in.
because this dad sucks.
Bring it back in.
That
Sam.
dad does suck.
He
Yeah.
does suck. He's the worst.
I think that's my sentiment too. That he just sucks.
If he's older, I feel like that generation. What is the generation called? The ones that are exposed to lead paint.
The silent generation.
Boom.
Yeah, boomers. Is it boomers?
Boomers are like our parents are boomers.
Yeah, baby boomers, millennials.
The silent generations before. Yeah, they're the parents of the baby.
Is it baby boomers, millennials, Gen? Oh no, millennials are above us.
Yeah, Gen Z, millennials.
Then who's in between?
There's no in between. It goes millennial.
Gen X.
Gen X.
There you
Gen
go.
X is
Thanks, Steph.
My
No,
mom
we're-
is Gen X.
Right. Yeah.
Wait.
What?
Gen Y is millennials, but they say millennials, but we're Gen Y.
Oh, that makes sense.
Bro,
Why we're
these
Gen
lists are so
Z.
confusing.
And then the next gen is Gen Alpha. Okay, that makes sense because they just started
Wait, are
over.
we on them?
Yeah, the kids below us.
Oh,
They're Gen Alpha now.
I hate that.
Have you not heard of that?
No.
I've heard of it.
Because of course now marketers are like, okay, how do we reach Gen Alpha?
You better use my story or I'm going to flash my breasts like this.
Next story.
I feel like the comforters would love that.
The comforters, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
They did a vote.
Oh, that's really good.
And my Ottomans. Was it like last? Or
That's
It was like
Good. I
second,
like
but
that.
it was like second by a lot.
It was second by a lot. Like people love comforters, and we got to go with what they wanted.
What did you want it to be?
Ottomans.
The Ottoman Empire.
But in the comments,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
were like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
people
Thanks
were like,
for
the
looking
Ottoman
right.
Empire.
Yeah.
People were like so hyped.
People
They're
were
like,
trying to
Ottomans.
make it
They were like,
cooler
we're
than it
Ottomans,
really
rise up.
is.
So there is a minority in the comforters that are Ottomans.
Oh, and a smaller one that are the cousins.
Yeah, some
The
people like it. I was like,
Some
I'm
people
sure,
like the cousins.
cousins.
Oh. No.
Y'all faces scared me.
That
I'm like, we're
freaked me out.
dead.
I was like, somebody's
like,
breaking the
what
window.
is that?
I felt like the dome was collapsing. That's how your face looked.
Seriously.
It kind of did.
And for it to just be about
I was
snow.
concerned. I was like, oh, what is that?
Okay,
It
listen.
looked weird.
Nothing to just straight. I said,
Yeah,
oh
it
wait,
looked
that's
weird.
that's not normal. But the girl that made that video, one of the comfort level watchers,
Comforters.
one of the comforters.
Shout out.
Yeah, she made a video about how me and Elise look so much alike.
Yeah. Sam, we were literally talking about
We
that.
talked about the world.
And she said cousins for life or something like that. In the beginning, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that there was a whole subgroup of people. That
it was
like,
a much smaller subgroup.
it was a much like, but they were rocking with us tough.
Your sister literally is you in girl form.
Yeah,
1000%.
yeah. I'm like golden retriever, and she's like a cat.
She is such a
That's the
cat.
only difference. Her personality and mine are
Okay.
like she's like the villain,
Oh, a villain.
but like in a good way because that's my sister. And I love her.
Yeah,
but
don't
like,
say anything because I swear I saw her pop out.
Is she in a villain arc
I knew
right
she
now?
was bad because when I was like, she was 2, I was like playing with her. I was like, oh yeah, cute. And she looked at me and then just said, bit on the bottom of my lip and held it. And I was like, and clenched. And I said, from this day on, I know who you are.
I
I know who you
She
are.
is not to be trifled with.
I wasn't even like, it was like playful. I was like,
Oh my God, she wasn't playing.
I'm like, some days Elisa's rocking with me. Other days she not rocking with nobody.
Crazy.
Am I the asshole for asking my wife to please stop flashing her breasts to people?
You are not wrong. What is going on with your wife?
Your wife wants to share the wealth. Let the world be known.
This is coming from Sam, everybody. Let's preface that.
Because people always try to sexualize things. She's just like showing her breasts. She's like, hey, they're here. I got a man, but these are for the world. Community breast. Community chest. Oh, man.
That's crazy.
I feel for the husband. He sounds like he's really trying to dig deep. Am I the bad guy? She's a chronic flasher.
He's like, I feel crazy. I keep telling her to stop. She's like,
serial flasher.
I really want to know the details of the story because what is the context of this?
Well, let's get into it.
Let's get into it, boo.
So, am I the asshole for asking my wife to please stop flashing her breasts to people? My 32 male wife, 30 female, and I have been together for 11 years, married for just over 5 years. Ever since I met her in college, she's been insecure about her appearance, specifically her body. When we got our first jobs out of college and became financially stable, she approached me about how I felt about her getting a boob job. To be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of the idea. I told her that I loved her how she is and that I don't think she needed one. Also just personal preference, but I've never really liked fake boobs. I just think they look oddly perky and not natural, and I've dated women in the past with varying chest sizes and would prefer women with small to no tits compared to someone with fake boobs.
All right.
I'm okay with
That's
small,
a- that's
but
a
none? Yeah, none is crazy.
8 cup.
They've always looked bolted on to me, but knowing
Wait. Did you say bolted? Bolted as in like installed?
Yeah.
Like NASCAR.
No, he crazy.
But knowing how much it bothered her, I told her that I would support her decision either way. After thinking about it for a while, she approached me again to say that if I was still serious with my answer, that I would support her either way, that she was going to proceed with the operation as it's been something that has affected her self-esteem for a long time. I wasn't sure how to feel about it at first. I thought about talking her out of it, but I wanted to stand to my original answer and support her either way. In 2021, after COVID settled down and elective procedures were taking place again, she went and got a boob job. I will say her surgeon was fantastic and things did end up looking very good considering my prior opinion. The problem that I've had is ever since she's gotten her boob job, it's definitely emboldened her to put them on display, so to speak. She went from wearing baggy and unrevealing clothing to very tight and revealing shirts with a lot of cleavage. I've dated bigger chested women in the past, so I was pretty used to this. It just threw me off in the beginning. One thing I'm not adjusting to well, though, is her willingness to show people her bare breasts. It's not a secret to anyone that has known her for a long time that she got a boob job. At first, it was mostly her showing her girlfriends, which was still weird to me, but it didn't really cross a boundary for me.
Okay.
However, it's almost as if the more and more she's shown them off, the more she's gotten validation and the more enabled she is to continue doing it. The first time it crossed a boundary for me was when we were at a friend's house for dinner and drinks, and she had a little too much to drink and showed her girlfriend her breasts while her girlfriend's husband was standing right there. We fought in the car about it on the way home, and the next morning I tried to set boundaries with her, but she dismissed it and shook it off like I was being controlling. Most recently, we were at a friend's house with many other mutual friends watching a football game, and she got drunk again. Upon our team scoring in a walk-off fashion, she lifted her shirt and flashed her breasts at the entire party while jumping up and down in celebration. She's not even into football and hardly understands who to cheer for. To me, it was just an excuse to show off her breasts to everyone without their consent, might I add. I was livid and again,
Sam's like, this is my He's like, man, there's no problem with that.
Consent is crazy.
I was livid, and again, we fought about it. She got defensive and turned it around on me, saying that for once in her life, she's happy with how she looks and she wants to feel good about herself. I again tried expressing my boundaries, but she completely dismissed them. We have been short with each other for a week since that happened. It may sound ridiculous, but if she can't respect my boundaries and feelings, this could be grounds for divorce. I know that might sound dramatic, but I've expressed that I'm not okay with it, and she's dismissing me constantly. Am I the asshole for insisting that my wife stop showing off her breasts?
Yes. I don't think you can set boundaries on other people's bodies.
Okay.
That's what's happening, right?
You know, I'm on the fence on this one. Okay, at the beginning, where he's like, he kind of had a problem with her like wearing revealing clothing, like right after she got it done. I would be doing the same thing. I would literally be doing the same thing. Like if I literally put an investment, okay? Like we're talking car money, right? You think I'm gonna be wearing turtlenecks after that?
Unless they
they'll be tight in that little slit.
No, it's got to be a little something showing, because since I just paid for this. Now, her showing the girlfriends, that's another thing that I would do. It's literally if I got a boob job done, right?
Who understands more than the girls?
The girls understand.
The girls understand.
I would probably be like, Maddie, I got a boob job. But look, literally, that's what I would do.
But when Maddie asked to see it, Maddie, would you say, "Can I see it?"
I think I'd be like, I can see it, but some people would be like, no, show me every single detail.
No, like, show me.
Because some people might be like, I want to get a boob job. I want to get an augmentation. Let me see. Who is your doctor?
Yeah.
Do you have any scars?
Yeah.
They look great, you know.
The girls are just for the girls.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that camaraderie there. That I don't get. I don't see how he can be mad at that. Because it's like, it's the girls.
And he said he wasn't mad about that.
I thought he said he had a problem with it.
No, when he was like,
he said it was a little weird.
It was
to
a little
him.
weird, but he didn't have a problem with that.
It started when she showed it to a girlfriend and the husband was there.
Now
that's a little
that's kind of off the
inappropriate to
Richter
me.
scale. She turned that up for real. And was it in the restaurant?
No, I don't think so. Was it in a restaurant?
No, was that a party or something?
And the husband was just there behind the
I
friend.
feel like he was at a dinner party or something.
Yeah, he was next to the wife. She showed the wife.
That's
and
crazy.
then he saw.
So of course he's like,
Like
No, I didn't see
socially,
nothing.
what do you do in that situation? Like that's awkward. Like that's awkward.
Here's where I'm pushing back, because I'm like, we on Instagram, there's always this movement of free the nipple. Like why women can't show their chests like men can show their chests? There's a double standard there. Can she just she's proud of this thing. Why can't she show it off?
Time and
to
place.
people?
maybe time and place. I think it's a matter of modesty too per person.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, I'm like, I get it. There is the whole thing of like, okay, a man's chest is different than a woman's chest, but then there's people that are like, it shouldn't be. But also, because I am trying to find the equivalent of like, obviously a man's chest is a lot more like, hey, I could just show you like a tattoo on my chest or whatever.
Ball lift.
Yeah. No, that's not.
Because that's a crime. If you show like, dude, my balls they're young again, and you're just showing
I got yoked up.
That's actually horrible.
But I don't know. It's weird because I get what you're saying about how it's like you should stop sexualizing stuff, but also it's like, I don't know if I was expecting to see your boobs today, and I don't know if I wanted my husband to see your boobs.
Yeah,
like
it's
have
just
that
the
image in your
husband
head.
being there. That's kind of like, because.
Are you trying to take my? Is it trying to take my man?
That's what I was just about to say. As respect for my friend,
it's just like
not
why
necessarily
does he need to see
like.
that?
Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Even if if I got a boob job, and I'm like, I want to show Maddie my boob job. Brandon's right behind Maddie. To me, that's weird.
That's weird.
You're like, let's go.
That's
into
weird.
The bathroom. And
Like,
shower.
why would Brandon need? Brandon doesn't need
He's
it.
also curious. He's like,
Okay, well, he can keep his curiosity.
what's going on there?
Brandon, keep your curiosity.
And I'm not even saying that as Brandon's girlfriend. I say if I was the one showing off, I'm like, I'm not trying to show Brandon. I'm trying to show Sahdia.
Yeah, I'm like.
Well, this actually brought me back because this does remind me of my friend's sister who did get a boob job, and she was showing it off to people. Like I saw them because she was proud of them. So I'm like, there is something that goes in your head. You're like, you get this thing. You're like, I want to show it off to people.
Look how good this
and
surgery
it wasn't a sexual thing, even though I'm like, she doesn't know what's going through people's heads when they're saying it. But I'm like, she was just like, look at him. We were like,
I I think Sahdia said it
them.
right though when she was like time and place.
Yeah.
Because there's certain people
This was
where
up
it's
in a
like,
restaurant.
yes, Sam would be like, oh my God, I'd love to check out your boob job and see how it looks. Of course. Even if it's not a sexual thing, you're just like, okay, great. I just got to see some boobs today.
Because I think people generally like boobs have a high approval rating
Mm-hmm.
overall, regardless of gender, sexuality. People are like fans of boobs,
Right.
We
So
approve.
a lot of people are not going to like turn down seeing boobs. So I'm like, that's where I'm like, hey,
But it's like,
Maybe
okay,
ask
we're at a dinner
first.
party and like your mom is there. And
My
she
mom's
showed
gonna be
everybody.
like, yeah.
Well, what'd you say? We're at the football game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
There's
The football
family
game
there.
is-
There's cousins
The-
there. It's
at a house though.
Yeah,
it's
she's
just-
like, we're just like,
I think at
That's
that
the only
point,
one I
it's
do
almost
push
like
back
she
where I was
lost
like,
it.
okay, maybe she should have asked.
It's like, okay, oh, did you just say the thing about consent? Even
Consent?
though when the story happened about consent, you're like,
I was
consent.
disgusted by that. I hated that, but now I'm like, yeah, maybe.
It just makes sense. I feel like.
and
But before that, you were like, hey guys, can I?
I literally just cannot imagine like everybody sitting down, enjoying the game, celebrating. You know, you got the tailgate food spread on the table, and
bouncing titties.
Mary Jo just bounces the team like, "Hey, we won."
I'm happy. I'm rooting her on.
My jaw is on the floor at that.
Okay, but imagine if that was your sister.
Jaw on the floor.
Did my sister get a boob job?
Imagine if that was your sister.
I'm cheering her on. I don't know. I'm proud of her. Since I recently came from South Korea and I went to a bathhouse, and they're like, Koreans have a different sensibility of bodies. Like they don't have the stigma of like what we see. We like, oh, we see a naked body. They're just like,
yeah.
they're out. They're just doing stuff. They're talking to each other, having conversations. And now being in that environment, coming back and then seeing how we were like,
Modest.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
modest.
very modest and
Even
very-
though America's like a hyper-sexual place,
Yeah.
we're still very prudish in a lot of
Yeah.
ways about the human body. And I'm like, if she wants to show, that's why I'm like, I'm not too mad at her, but I do think she should talk to the husband. Like, there should get on the same page. Like, there is somewhat of a respect, even though it's very light because it's still her body. If she wants to,
And I get that point. When you said that point, I was like, I get that point because it definitely is like a blurred line, but I think it is more of like a respect thing of
Yeah.
like, hey, I don't really appreciate you doing this to everybody.
I feel like she's going extremist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I understand where she was coming from before. She's like, I wasn't comfortable in my body.
Yeah.
And now that I finally am comfortable in my body, I'm gonna flaunt it to the world.
Yeah.
Let's
But
see
it's
it.
like she's like going like a little too much. Like
She's turned up.
okay,
Start
like
an
we
OnlyFans.
get it. Like all right, you're happy. You show your girlfriends.
We get it. We get
get
it.
it.
And we love that for you.
Yeah, that's great.
love that for
but
you.
like maybe not at a football game.
So-
and so now he's to the point where he's like, she doesn't even like football. Like, what is she doing
That's
this
what
for?
the fact that she's getting drunk every time. She's like, I have to have an excuse to show him. So she's like, I'm drunk.
She just has to find anything.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about this top comment? Somebody said, not the asshole. That people who have seen her do this are definitely making fun of her behind her back.
Ooh,
And
wait, why?
Do you
would-
think that's a thing?
Why
Because
would
somebody
they do
else
that?
said
yeah,
yes.
they're making
and
fun
yes.
of them. 'Cause they're like,
Yes.
that's cringy that she's doing. Like,
Yeah.
it is cringy to do.
Yeah, because they said yes. Somebody else said yes and not planning to invite her over next time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely doing.
Because it sounds like
Like, what
just
was his wife's name? Like, where should she come?
were
I
we
think she
inviting
should-
her
I
or
think she
We got
should
alcohol.
I think she should come, right?
It's a couples thing, right?
Yeah.
Where's your other half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
trying
like,
to fill some
go
things out.
home, get your wife, and you're coming back,
Yeah.
right?
Another football game.
I think she like you
Fill some
guys
things
said
out. Fill some
she's
things
trying to find any reason just to like pull her top off.
People are definitely making fun of her.
Like if it's like a recurring thing, just like last time, like we talk about narcissists when it's like you just find any way
Yeah.
just to go back to that topic. In the end, of course, you're gonna be like, yeah, her and her funky boob job. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like this, that's how people
Not
are.
the funky boob job.
The funky boob job, like
Well, yeah, if she's doing it over and over
If she's
again, you're
doing
like,
it over-
this is the 10th time I've seen her. This is crazy.
it's like the
After a while, you
11th
just start
reveal.
being unimpressed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's been 6 years.
Desensitized.
Wow.
great
They're
job.
big, huh?
Put them away now. Well, all right, we get it.
If they are, so you want her to come back to the football game though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, Sam.
There'd be a lot of dad fights then,
Mm-hmm.
like this next story.
Dang, man.
When she looks at you, it's like, why are you looking at me? You haven't looked at me for the entire thing.
I do look at you.
She looks at you to talk to you.
No,
she's
literally, I thought you were going to do a transition.
I thought she was too, actually. Yeah.
That's why I was smiling at you, because I was like, you sound like you're about to do a transition.
Can I say something, guys?
Go ahead, B.
I just want to shout out Steph back there.
Wait, Steph's here?
Shout out Stefan.
He's doing his thing, man. That boy got aim assist on that camera. I don't know how
If
he
y'all
do
think
it.
this camera is being run by AA, it's not.
It's not.
AI,
You thought it was
it's
AI.
It's Steph.
It's Steph.
It's Steph.
AI could
Steph
never.
I.
behind the
wish.
camera.
And he's topless, too. It's weird.
He's actually been flashing at us
flashing
this whole
us
time.
every
Like,
time.
Literally flashing us nonstop. Why haven't we been reacting?
Yeah.
Because we've been desensitized at this point.
Yeah.
You have 3,000 times done it in the last 2 days.
okay, so this one is from r/petty revenge, and it's titled "Bring Back Dad Fights."
You know, okay.
1,000%
You
bring
know
back
what I
dad
love?
fights.
Like older middle-aged white man dad fights.
And they be going.
Those are hot off the
I
press.
haven't seen a lot of those.
Those are good.
They're
like
brawling.
I used to work at like some grocery stores. Man, they know how to get down. Like when they start throwing out those sayings, like I don't even know.
Listen here,
Newsflash,
pal.
buddy.
Newsflash. Like
I heard that. Listen here, pal.
they are not kidding around. Like they mean business. Like,
All right, bud.
And they get that push in.
the push.
Yeah.
On the chest. It's like, ugh.
And don't
then, like-
let them be wearing New Balances, cut
Of
off
course.
jean shorts, a tight belt,
No,
I wouldn't
and
mess with a guy in
and a
cutoff.
white shirt.
No, the
Why
flannels.
did you just describe that accurately?
The
Yup.
flannel. Oh,
And those
the flannel
Flannels
dads,
with
they
a
be-
trucker hat.
with the trucker hat, a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, it's worn on purpose.
Didn't have a privilege. Like he's probably had that hat for 25 years.
haymakers every time. Just boo. I'm pretty sure those punches be having thunder behind them.
I love a good dad fight.
Me too.
I love a
right.
dad fight.
Well, let's get into this one. Bring back dad fights. My 7-year-old son is having issues with bullying at school. Despite my best efforts to instill a hard edge around my kid, he's very soft, gentle, and loving, and wouldn't hurt a fly. He's also slightly developmentally delayed and has speech issues, and these issues, while not crippling or super noticeable, are enough to cause him to be the source of teasing and harsh group bullying by his peers. Now, the crux of my story. I was waiting in the school quad for the end of the day, bell to ring. I overheard a school mom and a school dad discussing their kid's friend group. My son's name was mentioned, and the criticism from the school dad regarding that kid, John, let's just call my son, is a little special in the head. And James, let's call the other kid, is always swapping his crap food for John's good food. I'm not fussed, as kids are kids. So I'm listening more intently after this, as James has been a source of my kids' bullying, hitting, kicking, spitting quite a bit, and the school has done nothing. At this point, the school bell rang, and James's dad then proceeded to say, "Thank God I'm not James's parents, because that kid is a downright P word, and wouldn't surprise me if he turns out queer." I went red with rage and took my son with me to approach James and his dad.
He took him with him.
I angrily said, "I assume you meant this, John?" The dad then said, "Yeah, mate, queer must run in the family. Poor bastard."
Yes, he doubled down. He didn't get scared.
Oh,
I yelled expletives at him, told him he's a crap parent and needs to step up and make a better example for his son. The dad tried to punch me and clip me in the jaw, which was only a knock as I dodged it. Then I countered with a fistful on the front of his face.
Ooh.
He dropped quicker than a ton of bricks, and I heard something crack, probably his nose. Gathered up my son, told James to stay the hell away from John, and told his dad to man up or else he gets more.
Oh,
that's right.
Not this isn't petty, but no one gives my son that treatment. That was a year ago. John has just turned 8 and no one has messed with him since. Bring back dad fights.
Bring back dad fights.
Edit. I figured a PS is required to elaborate. In the year since this event, I put my son in karate classes for self-defense purposes. He loves it, and the self-discipline and attention required has him thriving. The bully kid is ironically now friends with my son, and the dad is quite respectful and polite towards me and my son now.
Imagine that.
His dad's like,
All it took was a good beating.
how's it going?
yeah.
He just got like a tooth missing.
He's like,
That's the one. We gotta act this
We gotta
one.
act this
Okay.
one out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god.
I can be the country dad. The dad who gets beat up.
I'll be the country
Okay.
dad's son.
Okay, I guess I'm
Who
I'll be
am I?
the big buff dad.
Yeah.
I'll be you know what I'm saying?
There's 4 characters in the story.
You're
right?
John.
Yeah, you're John, the little boy.
You're the little boy.
I was you were the little boy.
No, I'm the bully.
He's
boy.
James.
Oh.
Well, I don't really
He's the
bully.
bully.
Do I bully him, or is it the dad was just going off?
No, you bully.
You bully him, you bite him, you kick him, you
bite
spit him.
me,
Oh, I
you
did?
spit at me.
Okay.
But it was only until my dad beat your dad's ass where you just shut up.
Chill out.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, let's
I
get
got-
into the scene because now I
Yeah.
feel.
I got too into it.
All right. Let's go ahead and start
He
the
said the
scene.
stakes are high and they're real now.
Yeah. Hey, John.
Hey,
Why are you so soft spoken?
because he's
Get
cute.
in the dirt. I'm gonna poop on your head.
Oh,
Yeah. Poopy, poopy, poop, poop. Squish, squish, squish.
that is absolutely horrible, actually.
Why are you talking like that?
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm a victim. Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, this sucks. No one's helping you. We're in the middle of recess doing this.
You know, I want to do something. Oh, help. Somebody help me.
All right. Cut to the end of the day.
See you later, John.
All right, I'm picking up my kid here with my wife,
Hey,
who's
Dad.
pretty hot. And she's had a boob job, and she shows everybody. And
I've seen it so many times. My mom has big
don't
boobs.
talk about your son's
Sorry.
boobies
My son?
or your mom's.
Sorry, Dad.
Don't talk about your mom's boobies.
I won't. I'm sorry, Dad.
Why do you smell like that? What?
Obviously green.
My bully, he shat on
To
me.
know if you're my son. Anyway,
He what?
you're not
He
here.
shat on me.
Did you get
But
stabbed?
I'm over here talking to my
multiple
wife
times,
about how
and then he
you
rubbed it in.
keep
Yeah.
getting your a good lunch from some stupid little boy named John.
It's so good. They make the best lunches.
Infection is
artisanal.
real at this
like
point.
bento boxes, like all the little accoutrements.
It's just
That I
been rough,
love.
Dad. I
John
don't
has
know.
the best.
Okay.
I love his lunch.
What did he have?
He had bento box.
I don't care.
Okay.
All right.
Oh God.
By the way, your shirt looks
I'm only
good.
abusive because my dad abuses me.
Where's that little boy that you beat up and he might
He's
be a
over
little
there.
too
It's that
sweet?
lame guy over there. He's bleeding because I stabbed him, Dad.
You stabbed him? Good
Yep.
job.
I love my dad.
Oh,
My bully, he steals my things. He steals my lunch because he's too poor to afford something of decent value.
We ain't poor, right, Dad?
Hold on.
Dad, we're not poor, right?
So he
Shut up, we are.
continuously steals the good things out of my lunch boxes.
oh no, we have to handle this. We gotta do something about this
Please
because this
stop.
is just
I literally
this is
can't take it.
preposterous.
I just want to say good job bowling that stupid little boy.
Thank you, Dad. I'm just using you as an example.
I don't
Oh,
care what
okay.
you have to say.
My
Okay, hold
violent
on.
tendencies
Did
are only
you hear
because
that?
of
You heard
how
that? I
you've
did.
treated
Are you
me.
talking about this little boy right here?
Oh yeah, that stupid little boy over there. Yeah,
That's me.
and I see stupid runs in the family.
I have a name. Okay.
Get him, Dad. That's good. He is stupid. His dad is
Thanks,
stupid.
thanks, son.
Stupid runs in the family. Excuse
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
You want to say that again? I don't think I heard you correctly.
Are you married to a man?
Ugh,
How'd you get that baby boy?
Dad.
All right. no, I get
What
it.
are you gonna do about it?
Newsflash,
Because I'll
buddy.
approach you. I'm wearing green. That's my favorite color.
That's my dad. He can beat anyone
Dad,
up.
why is
Yeah.
he saying this?
I don't. You know what? You know what?
Dad, you should hit him. Go hit him.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Dad.
Okay. No,
Good
no,
one,
this
Dad.
is it.
That was,
Oh,
Crack.
oh my God.
oh.
And that's more where that came from if you
Oh
keep
my
talking and
God,
running your mouth
Dad.
like that.
There
and
it
we
is.
all seen your wife's titties.
We see
Yeah.
You saw him
Did you
too.
like him?
Yeah. No,
Don't
no,
talk
no,
about
no,
your
they look
mom's
bolted
boobies
on.
like
She
that.
wants us to ask.
Don't talk
They look
about
Mom
it.
bolted on.
wants
They look
that.
terrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we all seen them.
Dad, you're just gonna let him hit you?
Oh, you know
like
what?
that?
While you're at it, maybe get some good things for lunch.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
he said we're
poor.
poor. So,
Let's go, son.
Aw.
Oh, tuck your
Dad, I
tail.
don't want to go with
Tuck
you.
your tail.
You're a loser. Oh! Hey, can you hit him?
No,
again?
where's
Oh my
that
God. Oh, Dad!
Sweet revenge.
And see,
And scene.
The anger was turned on to me.
that's how it starts.
What about? I do agree with dad fights need to come back.
Fights in general.
Yeah,
We do too much shooting.
too
in
much
there.
shooting, too
violence,
much
yeah.
stabbing, too much. What happened to just a
Throwing
good
hands.
classic
Knuckle
fight?
up.
Sharkeisha. Does anybody remember that
Remember
era?
Well, you know what? Can we
Sharkeisha?
talk about Montgomery?
Montgomery Brawl?
Because guess what? Those white people were real quiet after that.
They were. They were real crickety after that.
And yeah, there was no guns involved. There wasn't any weapons.
There was a
There
hat
was a
thrown.
chair.
There was, okay, that chair
We didn't
was.
support him completely.
We don't
That
support
was
the
a little
chair
too
guy.
much.
Shout
There
out
was just a
Montgomery
chair.
Jones.
But anyone throwing
It was
fists,
just-
we're like, bravo.
That
Shout
was
out.
just an old fashioned true brawl. Like
Okay.
that was like a movie brawl. You
That was like
know?
a Western. It was so weird to
It
see
was.
it taking place in 2020.
And the guy that swam across the Jordan River. Come on.
the Jordan River. She's changing
Where are we at?
history.
Hey, man.
We're not in Montgomery anymore.
The Jordan River.
I said that to say he swam very fast
Very far.
and then pulled himself up in wet clothes onto a dock and
Stood on
proceeded.
business right after
I'm
that.
standing on business.
That's true
Stood
American
on
athleticism,
business right
if nothing
after
else.
I will say I would say real quick bucket
Okay.
listing.
Yeah.
I would
You wanna
want to
get in a brawl.
experience like a actual like bar brawl. That would be crazy.
I actually would kind of like that too.
I was like, you
Is
were
that
going to say
bad?
you were in one.
No.
The way she said it, I was
yeah,
like,
she's
oh
like,
my
well,
God.
actually,
I would
well,
believe
I've
it if you were.
I've seen
I've
some
started
things.
one.
I've seen things.
Why do I know?
I know she's been in one.
I know she has. The way she
She's
said
not
it, I'm
saying
like,
Yeah,
I can't confirm or deny, but I've seen things.
because the statute of limitations isn't up, and she could still be charged.
I've seen things.
okay. So can we just say that dad is a terrible parent, like this next story?
Which one?
I agree. Terrible parent.
the one that lost the fight. Or
The one that
won?
lost the
one
fight.
or the one who cracked it.
Imagine I'm like the one who won the fight. No, I'm just kidding.
Because I think we do have to say on the other side, violence isn't good.
Yeah.
Or is
Sometimes, I'm gonna
sometimes we
take.
should have violence.
Well, it's like in high school you can do that, but like as an adult you can get.
I think I've said that before. I wish I would have taken advantage of that in high school. Like I was like, oh my God, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. But now that I'm adult and I can actually get locked up for it, I should have took advantage
Yeah, I
of
got
that.
in 2
Because
fights in
there
high
were
school,
a
man. I
lot
was
of people
fighting.
that really needed a 1-2 just really quick.
Ding, ding.
But there is something, even though I did like that story, there's something so lame to me about adults fighting. I love that. That made me happy. But when I see in real life two guys like, and then they fight, I'm like, you're dumb. You're an
Yeah.
idiot. It just makes me think you're so dumb and lame.
No,
don't-
I get
Maybe
that.
that's me, but I'm like, I've always felt that when adults are fighting.
I think maybe like when you're looking like outside in, you don't know like what is actually going
Yeah.
on. It just looks like brawny men just like, ugh,
I don't know how to express anything, so I hit.
I can't communicate, so I'll hit you.
Right.
Yeah.
Today I fucked up. I'm a terrible parent. Today I gave my 4-year-old his first existential crisis.
Ah.
A 4-year-old,
Yeah.
that's real young to have one.
Yeah. Okay. So I did one of those age progression apps that aged me to 70, and I showed it to my son, not even thinking about the consequences of my actions. For a little backstory, we just moved in with my best friend who recently lost her grandma to old age.
Oh no.
Oh, poor baby.
Why are you showing your son? That's so
Poor
weird.
baby.
It was my son's first exposure to death, and he is very matter of fact. When my friend or her boys talk about it, he will sometimes chime in with gems like, yeah, but she's dead, so. He has asked all the normal questions about death that 4-year-olds have, and I think he basically understands it. His response to this pic was not what I was expecting. He completely broke down, and for almost an hour, he just cried and wailed, and he said, I don't want you to get old and die, Mom. Please don't get old and die.
Oh, my heart would break.
He repeated it over and over again, as if for saying it would somehow will me into existence forever. Nothing I could do or say could comfort him. He did this until he passed out. It was bedtime. And I think for the first time, he realized that I would die and what that actually means. Did I traumatize my baby? I feel so stupid for showing him that picture. I should have known.
That is innocent mistake. I mean, with kids, how you never know where their little minds are really, they just go. How is she supposed to know that would lead him?
He's like, wait,
straight
that's you
into
old.
the abyss of existential crisis. But you know, the fact that he just like was exposed to death, and now he's like,
well, because we've all had that
safe
moment
either.
before. We've all had that moment before ourselves where we're like, wait, no, like my parents won't be here
as
forever.
I'm getting older, oh my God,
I
I'm
hate
feeling that
this.
for real.
or
I'm
just
really
death in
feeling
general.
that.
Yeah.
I've been like the last couple years, I'm like, because what do you do without your mom?
Right. And you want her to be there for everything.
Forever.
So it's like,
What am I going to do without my mom?
mm-hmm.
My mama?
Now you're thinking about it.
I was actually thinking about it like while we was driving. Like,
no, seriously, it just hits you randomly and you're
hits
like,
you.
I don't
That's
feel
what I
good
don't like
anymore. I'm
about it.
sad now.
I think about like we grew up in church, and when they talk about hell, there will be random moments where I'm like, I'm going to die soon, and depending on what you believe, I'm going somewhere, and that freaks me out. I'm like, and my life is just getting shorter and shorter. Like I'm basically dead.
yeah.
And what's going to happen? I'll just wake up and just like,
Well,
I'm dead soon.
one thing I don't like is my brother. He can be very bleak. I think that's the word for it, because he'll just be like, hey, congrats, Maddie. Happy birthday, 25. You only have 25 more years to go until you're dead. And I'm like,
That's a really short lifespan.
or I know.
That's on the shorter side.
But he's like, but yeah. And then even like our dog is an elderly dog. And so he'll like say like little things. I'm like, you need to stop talking about Husker like that. Cause
I
like,
love
why
Husk.
do I want to, it's like the same thing with the 4-year-old. She didn't mean to cause it, but it's like, now I'm thinking about that.
Yeah.
Why are
Right.
you purposely being like, hey,
yeah.
he's going to die? And I'm like, dude, what is your problem?
I saw this thing like, I don't know what age it was, but maybe like 18, 19, you've already spent like 90% of the time with your parents that you'll spend.
Whoa.
Yeah, think about that one, guys.
No, this
Ponder that
hurts.
for a
People are
little
just
bit.
crying as they're watching this. They're like, I need to text my mom.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, actually, maybe I should text my mom.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's
I'm gonna
actually
call my
really
mom.
sad, because now I think about the fact that like my dad had moved away when I was like 10, and I was like, I haven't spoken to him that much yet. So I'm like, my first like 10 years of my life was like probably a majority of the time that I'm going to spend with my dad. That's Sahdia. Why did you tell me that?
That's tough.
Yeah, because
Why
that's
is
the
this
thing
putting
that
us
goes
all
in
in
my
existential
mind.
crisis?
I'm literally
Because even no
texting
matter
her
how much
right
time I
now.
spend with him, it's probably not going to be, I'm not going to live with him for 10 years
Yeah.
straight.
I hate this
Yeah.
conversation just because it always progresses for me. Like, I think about, okay, my parents are going to die one day. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to die one day.
Yeah.
Like,
We're all going to die. We're not going to be here forever.
and it's like, bro, like, but it's like, you don't even know how you're going to die.
Or
when.
Or when.
And I'll be like driving. I'm like, bro,
It's-
like, what if it's like,
Is this it?
I don't make it?
We could be halfway through our lives, or we could be 95% through
Yeah,
our lives right
at
now,
any given
and
moment.
we don't know.
That's scary. Okay, I actually never
I
thought
could
about
have
that.
45 years.
I
or
don't like
literally
this
2 weeks.
anymore.
We could
Okay.
have 3 days. We could fall down this mountain, and like we're at the end. Oh
Stop.
my god, I can't.
My mom literally just texted me, "Hey Muffin, I missed your call." I love when she
gotta
calls me
tell
Muffin.
my mom
Like-
I love her.
Like,
I know.
Mom, I love you.
No, literally, what are we? We're in Colorado right now filming these episodes.
Going back to Cali.
And literally earlier today, Brandon was like, have you talked to your mom today? And I was like, no. And then I like thought about it and I was like, I should talk to her. And it's
somebody
like, you
call their
never
mom
know.
right now.
So I called her.
I never call my mom though.
Call her.
I should start calling.
Call your mom. Call your mom, people.
Mom.
Call
I know
your-
you're watching this. I'm gonna call you.
Call your dad if he's acting
I
right
know,
too.
I'm
This
like,
episode airs,
dang,
I'm
should
gonna
I just
call
talk to
you.
my
When is
dad?
this
I know.
airing?
That's why I put the sub note. Call him. Call your dad if he's
January?
acting
Because
right.
it sucks because it's like, why am I the one reaching out? But it's like, as you
You
get,
can't
as you
think that. You're
become,
just gonna be like,
yeah, because as you become older, it's like, listen, it is
It's
what
a
it
two-way
is. Do you
street,
want a
buddy.
relationship with him or not? You know? But anyway, so top comment. My folks are about 70, and yeah, please don't get old and die is sometimes my internal monologue. Perfectly reasonable thing to have an emotional breakdown about. He'll get distracted by something silly and fun. He's 4, but I think letting him process and be sad is fine.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's healthy.
That's
He has
kind of
to,
what you're supposed
like,
to do.
He's at the age where he,
At
is
4,
kinda
you got to
getting-
deal with this?
not deal with it, but kind of getting a grasp and understanding,
Yeah.
what death actually is, as he's quickly figuring out.
Because I would
Because
lie to
that
my
first
kid.
death, when they experience the actual
Oof.
like a first death that actually matters to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, when my grandma died, that was the first death that actually like mattered to me. That was a whirlwind because it's like you're really gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I don't think, like, our grandpa died. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel like there wasn't a sadness. There wasn't like a.
were you close with him?
When we were kids, we were.
I never got to meet him though. So when I just felt bad for you guys, but I was like,
But
I
I
have
didn't
no
feel
idea who this
bad.
man is.
I was just like, oh,
No, but when
gone.
my grandma's died, when they both died, I was
Yeah.
like shattered.
You were shattered.
Yeah, that was like the worst.
Grandmas
worst
are
pain.
so
Yeah.
special. They're like gems,
Yeah, it was.
Some of them
of course.
are. Not everyone's grandma's a gem.
Some are a little bit coldish.
My mom said, I love you too. Thank you. I needed that.
Oh my God!
Are you kidding me? My little adorable mom sitting there writing me back. She said, I needed that.
She needed
that
that,
chick
Sam.
is so cute.
And you
She
say her
needed
saying
it.
that to you, you're like, dang, I needed to hear that too.
No, that chick is the cutest thing in the world.
Steph is texting his mom. He
Does
said,
that look
"Oh,
like
I
pick
gotta
up the
do
phone?"
it."
Comforters out there, text
Text
your
your
mom.
mom.
Text your
Text your
mom
parents.
right now.
You need to
Text the people
them.
in your life that you love.
How do you spell existential?
EXIS.
Steph said, all right, it's over with. I
EN.
texted
I
her.
guess I'll text her too.
IAL. She's a great gal.
Look at my mom. Who
Oh
she
my
thinks she is?
Who does she think she is?
She just thinks she's so
Okay.
cute. She is, but
Right.
like, okay, girl.
Well, the only reason why, because I'm like, I would hit on Sadia's mom, but she's, she's too godly. It's not the same. It's not.
Sam,
You're a heathen
if
for
you
that.
think
bad.
I hated you before,
Yes, it came back. I predicted
This is what Brandon
if
wanted.
you think I hated
Yes.
you before, oh my God, it hasn't hit yet.
Oh, dang
B.
it.
But if I ever caught
Catch
Sam
me hitting on her.
hitting on my mother, I would let you.
What if it's like a setup moment? Like Sam
There-
gets dragged into the room by accident. And they're just
there
like,
are no
okay.
exceptions.
Okay, so now I know.
I just want to be someone's stepdad. Like, really.
Really? You want to be a stepdad?
I think kind of, yeah.
You want to be a stepdad, or you want to be the dad that stepped up?
Okay, if you had to be the dad that stepped up, you'd have to change your look, like this next story.
Very good.
Maddie is caring today.
I did the flashing breast. So
Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend because she changed her looks to resemble my dead wife?
Whoa.
wait, who did it? The daughter?
No, his new wife
Oh,
or
his
his new
new wife.
girlfriend
New girlfriend changed his dead wife.
changed to look like
Changed
her
her
dead
look
wife.
so that she would
Are you
look like
listening?
He's not. He's texting his mom, which I'm fine with.
I love her.
his late wife.
Yeah.
Okay. Girlfriend, current girlfriend, late wife.
Yes, the current girlfriend changed her looks so that she would look like his late wife.
Right.
Big yikes.
Right.
That's a big yikes.
Big yikes.
That is like
You can't do that.
kind of psychological something.
You'll never be her. My mom asked me, what is an existential crisis? And I just- look it up. I didn't get no I love you back.
Mom, come on, Anthony's. Come
But
on.
I love her. That's my mom.
I love your mom too.
Okay, so am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend because she changed her looks to resemble my dead wife? I, 35 male, was married to Laura for 7 years. We have a son who is now 10. She was the light of my life. When we were both 28, we found out she had a rare form of cancer. and she passed away 5 months later.
Laura!
This crushed me, and I was left drowning in my grief for a long time afterwards. My son and I have been attending therapy weekly ever since. It's been tough, but I feel like we've made a lot of progress. I didn't feel up for another relationship for a while. I filled my time with hobbies, friends, and spending time with my son and family. Then a little over a year ago, I met Kayla, 33 female, at a work event. We share a hobby that's pretty niche where I live, so we had a great time chatting about it. Eventually, we began to go out together. She's great, but differing from my wife. I love her for who she is as an individual. I was hesitant at first, but after speaking with my therapist, I decided to try for a committed relationship if we took it slow. At first, she was amazing. I told her about my past and that my son comes first, even before our first official date. She was very compassionate and understanding about everything. After a few months of smooth sailing, I decided to introduce her to my son, and they got along great as well. For the first time after Laura's death, I could start to see a possible future with someone else. Everything started to go downhill around 4 months ago. She seemed to be a bit more distant than usual, so I sat down with her one night to ask her what was wrong. She teared up and confessed that she felt that I had been neglecting her lately. She said that she feels like I'm using her as some replacement for my dead wife. This came as a total shock. A part of me will always love Laura, but I didn't feel like I was ignoring Kayla or anything. I asked for some specific examples, but she didn't say much afterwards. I felt guilty that I had made her so upset, so I ended up apologizing, and I arranged for us to have a few more date nights, and she seemed happy again. Then a couple of weeks later, she had to go to a cousin's wedding. I couldn't attend because of work, but she was only gone for a day. When she got back, I asked for some pictures, but she just said there hadn't been any of her. I thought it was a bit strange, but didn't pry. The next day, a coworker of mine showed me a private page on Facebook. I was shocked to see an expensive pair of my wife's earrings on Kayla. In my son's room, there's a small cupboard with pictures of him and his mom, letters from her, and some of her prized jewelry. I checked it as soon as I came home, and the earrings were returned to the cupboard, but in a different spot. I confronted her and she got mad, yelling at me for assuming she'd be careless to lose or damage the earrings. I told her I was just hurt that she'd go behind my back and take something with sentimental value, even if they were beautiful. She eventually broke down and apologized, and after a serious talk about boundaries, we moved on. Things improved for a while before her strange behavior started. It began with her changing her hair color to match my wife's. My wife has naturally light blonde hair that a lot of women dye their hair to today, so while I thought it was strange, I wrote it off as a beauty choice. Then she began regularly straightening her hair. She has wavy hair, and my wife's hair was pin straight. She also started to change her clothes to be more like my wife's, or at least the one seen in the pictures. She also had her ears double pierced and got a cartilage piercing like my wife. This was all incredibly unnerving, but she just said that I was crazy. And I asked my family, and they said that I was nuts too, so I ignored it.
The family too? He's being gaslit all angles, 360 degrees. Oh my
Bro can't catch a break.
Then she brought up having my son call her mama. I said I wasn't a huge fan of this, but if my son wanted to, I'd suppose it'd be fine. She went on a whole rant about how it would be different because he called my wife mommy, so it's not like she's stealing a title. He said no, and she was a bit cold to both of us for a few days. She seemed like she was a totally different woman than the one I fell in love with. Everyone around me just said that I was probably nervous since it was my first relationship after Laura's death. The final straw was when she got a tattoo that was almost the exact same as my wife's. It was in the same spot, same color, and just with a slightly different design. That was the final straw. I sat her down and confronted her about a week ago with everything. At first, she denied it, but then she broke down in tears and said that I never loved her. She said that she felt she had to live up to a memory of a ghost. This upset me because I had asked her before what I did specifically and she wouldn't discuss it. Plus, she was the one being weird and copying Laura. She kept sobbing and saying that I didn't love her. I got so sick of it that I yelled at her saying, if she feels so unloved, we should just break up. I honestly do like her, but I've seen how miserable she's been lately, and I don't think this relationship is good for her mental health. She just got dead silent and just left and drove away. Later that night, she tried to commit suicide with pills and barely survived. She has no living family, so I was listed as her emergency contact. She wrote a long letter to me saying that she loves me so much, but obviously I don't feel the same, and that maybe if she was dead too, I'd love her even a fraction of how much I love my dead wife.
Oh my.
I'm distraught over this. She's been strange lately, but before all of this, I really did love her. My mom and siblings keep saying that I'm awful for pushing her away to this point, that instead of ending it, I should double down in reassuring my love for her. They've all got along with her and have been hinting that they wanted us to get married so my son would have a mother again and possibly some siblings. I didn't think I was the asshole, but my whole family's being cold to me and I have no idea what to do. They're saying I should visit as soon as possible and support her with this to rekindle our relationship. I'm not sure if I want to do that. She's so unhappy with me and seems obsessed over my dead wife. I keep on thinking over this and wondering if I should have reassured her of my love again or broken up with her in a more tactful way. Am I the asshole?
What did I say from the beginning? This sounded like something psychological. Did I not say that?
Yeah.
I think you did. You did say that.
And it turns out it was something psychological. Wow. Ooh. That's actually scary.
That's yeah.
I think that's scary. You're a grieving husband. Like, you've been widowed. You fall in love again, trying to like process, trying to move on from your deceased wife, and your partner accuses you, like, you don't love me as much, whatever, and just slowly starts like morphing into your deceased wife. That sounds like a psychological thriller.
Actually, I feel like this is a horror movie where the wife is a ghost and is taking over the girlfriend.
Whoa, somebody write that. I know we got some writers.
Somebody write that.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It's not her fault. The wife is taking over her body. She's like,
The girlfriend is actually
that's the die sound.
yeah.
It's like a Jordan Peele movie. No, I totally agree with you. I don't think he's the asshole. I don't know if there's any way that you could do it. I'm shocked that the family's like not supporting him.
And
though.
he even asked her, what am I doing to make you feel like that? And if it was me, I would be listing every single thing. No, you did this, you do this, the other. You can't pull anything out of your ass. Like, not even one thing. If something was really bothering you, I know most women, let's just talk for women in general, would be able to curate a list.
They know exactly what it is.
They know exactly what you did. And she can't come up with anything. The first time they talked, she couldn't come up with anything. The second time they talked, she couldn't come up with anything. So I actually do believe like her feeling like, you treat me less than, or like you don't love me, is just something that she's creating like this narrative that she's created in her head. Because for her to sincerely not be able to tell him anything that he's done to make her feel like that.
Yeah.
The only reason I think he could maybe be the asshole is because of the family's reaction. Like, maybe he's like secretly an asshole and they're like, you're not going to find anyone. Like, this is the best chance you're going to get. This crazy girl's the best chance. So go make up with her, because you're not a good guy. Like, that's what I'm feeling in my head. The family's like, you have no other shot. I don't know how you got your first wife. I don't know how you got this girl, but this is it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that other story where the friends were all against the person. Yeah, and it's like, okay, there's something that we're not getting from your side.
What are we missing? Yeah.
I don't know though. It just sounds like the family's like, we want the boy to have a mom.
It seems like
and we want them to have siblings.
They're desperate.
That seems like what the motive is. Like, he needs siblings and he needs a mom.
That is a roller coaster of a story.
Even though after all the things, they're like, you're crazy. Like, there's like, you see like before and after, you see side by side with the wife. They're like, it looks similar, but it's everyone.
No, because they're like, so Laura on the right does not look like your new wife. And he was like, that's not Laura on the right. And she's like,
I see the problem. Okay.
Never mind.
I think the scariest part of this story, though, I mean, it was like right when she left after the breakup, I'm like, if someone's willing to go that length to like change their appearance just to appease something, like that would have horrified me. Like,
they'll kill you.
Yeah, like you don't know what's about to happen.
You should break up. I'm okay with him.
Yeah,
breaking
you should
up
break
because
up.
It's psychological.
Because
It's
they need
psychological.
help, and I think it is.
And then she attempted on her life. Like, it's just,
Isn't
wow.
It's like a bigger form of
Manipulation.
Yeah.
When you like do like a self-harm act.
Yeah, I'll hurt myself because
Yeah.
To get back with you.
it
So
happens all the time.
yeah, that's
I hope that's nothing. I hope that she's okay and like
I do want her to get
stable
help.
and like accessing care.
mental health care.
Do you think? Okay, so she didn't give any reasons of why he did it. Do you think there could be like little things he's doing that he doesn't even realize he's doing that could be hurting her in a way? Like, oh, my wife used to make it like this. Like little comments or something that could maybe dig at
I
her.
would so throw that back in your face. Like, I'm here trying to be the best partner that I can be, and you're constantly bringing up your wife. Like that right there. Like, why wouldn't she bring anything up? Why wouldn't she bring anything
Based on her
up?
personality too.
And I'll say, I mean, I know this is completely from his perspective,
Yeah.
but from what he's writing, it doesn't really sound like he necessarily did anything wrong. He's like, listen, I've been going to therapy. It's been years since she passed away.
Yeah.
And even after she initially brought it up, he was like, okay, let's go on more date nights, like trying to make her feel special. Cause like,
Yeah.
I love you. I hear you. You said that this made you feel this way. Okay, let me try and change something.
Yeah, let me work
to
on
make
that.
you feel
Right.
better. Cause I don't want you, obviously I don't want you to feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to see maybe the other side, but if I was in his shoes, I would be terrified.
That's kind
If
of
I'm
like
just sitting
scary.
next and I just look over and I'm like, you're changing every time I look. You look.
She's
what is
slowly morphing.
like your appearance is changing. And you're not talking about it. You're just saying like I'm dying. You're like it's just happening.
Yeah.
It's just
check out
like
this
he
new
comes home
tattoo.
every day and then there's something different.
She's different every
wait.
time.
I think because wasn't there something about earrings too in the beginning of
Yeah.
the story?
Oh,
we totally
didn't
skipped
even
over
address
that.
That was in the son's room in his closet.
That's grimy. I think that's grimy. I would never.
I thought that's where the story was gonna end. I was like, that's.
I would
weird, but not
never
bad.
do something like that. If I was dating someone that was a widow
Yeah.
and I take it upon myself to go and dig through your son's things
Without
to find your late wife's earrings that I'm going to take and I'm going to wear out to a wedding.
That's like a
And
first
matter of
red
fact,
flag.
really, that's why
is
I
a red
didn't show
flag.
you any pictures of me at the wedding because I was wearing your dead wife's earrings.
And I think that's an even bigger show. Like, he handled that way better than I think a lot of us would have. He was like, okay,
That's not normal.
that's not okay, but we'll work on that.
That is not
I think
normal.
he handled it perfect. I think that's how you should handle it because without all the other stuff, it is a weird thing that you just like you're gonna fight about. You get over it and you move on. Like in that one instance, it's a weird thing that's like, hey, we got to talk about this. But then when you add all it together, you're like, okay,
It's like it's a big yikes. Like all of it
That's a big
together
yikes.
is really scary. And then telling the kid, yeah, you should call me mama.
that's why I think it is a ghost, like legit now.
You think she's possessed?
I think she's possessed by the dead wife.
By the late mother.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I think it's just because every horror movie's the same.
Yeah.
It's never really a ghost or anything. It's all
their
undealt
feelings.
trauma.
Oh.
Yeah. Feelings too.
Oh.
But like, yeah, she's got such strong
Not where I was
jealousy
going.
that it's like
Yeah.
the jealousy is making her.
That's why I hate horror movies. They're dumb.
And that's really terrible. I mean, that's really unfortunate because she said that she really does love him. And this jealousy that she has, she's literally pushing him away.
because there's something about it where I'm like, I believe that, but I
I
also
believe
believe
it.
your own worst enemy.
Yeah, she is her 100% her own worst enemy.
I
Like
wanna
she
know
is
her
actively
past.
pushing
What
him
did she go through? What
away.
happened to her?
I knew it from the beginning. I was like, okay.
Actually, what was the hobby? They met doing a hobby, and he was very vague about the hobby. I need to know what the hobby
Archery and alcohol, probably.
was.
All right. So we will see you guys next week for another episode. Thank you so much, SJ, for joining us for the Comfort Level
That's
podcast.
what I do.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
didn't
I
get
do.
my tangent in, Maddie. So here's what I want to talk about. The Speaker of the House. Am I right?
So
what is going
we'll
on?
see you guys next
Bye,
week.
guys.
Bye.
What's going on?